Hello everyone, welcome to your channel Journey of a Banker. My name is Kuldeep Singh and as always I am back with another video which is focusing specially on the job markets for bankers in Australia. In this video I have taken some data from the authentic sources from government as well as compiled my own research for all of you, and it will surely benefit you in finding a good job in Australian banking market. Different kinds of profiles available, different salaries that you can earn as per your experiences, and also the process to apply for those jobs. Therefore, without much further ado, let's just begin our journey to earning and working in Australia. Now, let's start with a very interesting part, average salaries. This data is extracted from Australian Bureau of Statistics, and it says that there has been a 2% rise in the overall wages of Australian employees. But does this data make sense to us? I'm interested in financial and insurance services, and the average salaries look good. But wait, let's proceed to the next slide to see what is actually in there for people like us. If you work in Australia, irrespective of your company or your industry, you will receive $21.38 if you are a full-time or a part-time employee from your employer. And if you're a casual employee, you will not have access to superannuation and paid leaves. Therefore, they will pay you $26.73. This is a recent change from July 2022. And the full-time hours per employee per week is 38. If your employer asks you to work overtime, he or she has to pay you overtime charges, which is well over the written rates. Anyone working in Australia will make $812.44 per week, and that is equated to 44,684 rupees. Now, after having a look at the average salary and the minimum wages, what's in for me as a banker? So, I have gathered data from the top 4 websites, and every website is different. But you can expect for a beginner to earn $61,000 per year, and you will climb up the ladder as per your experience in terms of monetary benefits that you receive. Of course, these figures are subjective and will change as per the position that you're applying for and the company that you are applying into. Be very sure that whatever salary that you will get will be a reflection of your previous experiences and knowledge. Now let's move to the core part of this video and focus on banks and jobs in Australia. There are 97 international and national banks in Australia, and to our surprise, only a few banks have their branches open for public. Most of the banks are operating online and have back-end operations team only. Big 4 banks of Australia, namely Commonwealth Bank, ANZ, Westpac and National Australia Bank, have their branches open for public. To give you a perspective of the size of these banks, I've drawn a comparison of SBI with all the 4 banks, and by looking at the numbers only, you can very well see and imagine the size of these banks. Now, after COVID, there has been a tremendous rise in the available jobs. However, the unemployment rate in Australia is all-time low and it's sitting at 3.4%, which means that when compared to the total jobs available in Australia, there is at least one job for every unemployed person, which is a very good sign of the economy. The major portion of these jobs lies in New South Wales, followed by Victoria and Queensland. Because most of the population in Australia lives on the east coast, therefore it is obvious. As per the latest data, 87,587 jobs are available in financial and insurance services alone in Australia. And when you combine it with administrative and support services, which can be a good second career option for bankers, it accounts for more than 55% of the total available jobs as on date. I will give the link for the data in the description box, so please make sure to check it out. The simple reason for having so many job openings at the moment is the after effect of pandemic. followed by other reasons, but they are the usual reasons happening every time in every economy. But because of COVID pandemic, so many people have resigned, and therefore for immigrants it's a golden opportunity to come to Australia and work for their living. This is the banking industry snapshot of Australia, and with a strong past growth, it is also predicted to have a substantial good growth in future. The interesting part is the female share of employees working in Australian banks. It is more than 50%, and that is a very good sign of the work culture and the work life balance that these banks have to offer. So, for an immigrant, if you're looking for a banking job in Australia, my recommendation is go for it and have a substantial growth in your career and life. Now, we know that there are almost 100 banks in Australia, but those 100 banks may not have vacancies all the time. Therefore, for a job seeker or an immigrant like me, I will keep a check on the major banks as well as the job portals. To help all my fellow bankers, I visited the websites of these 10 major lenders of the country and have extracted the number of jobs that are available as on date. This is the latest data, and almost 1600 jobs are listed on this single slide. These numbers are a combination of so many jobs available in the banks, be it front facing, be it back end, IT, or any other senior or junior level roles. Therefore, my recommendation is to visit the website that you are interested in of the bank and look for yourself the role that is most suited to you and the position and the description that is relevant to your previous experiences. Interestingly, few banks have their setup in India for back-end operations, and if you want to work in an Australian bank in India, this can be an opportunity for you. I have listed those vacancies in brackets, so please have a look. Now, I know that visiting the website for each and every bank is not possible and getting updates is not that easy. Therefore, to get a bigger picture, please create your profile on these websites. They are some of the world's biggest recruitment consultancies and gives you alert as per the job description that you enter. You can see that the numbers listed here are the jobs available in banking itself in Australia. The numbers look huge, and there is one job for each and every kind of profile. It all depends on your search and the way that you look for your next job. The profile creation is very simple, and common questions are asked by all these websites like your CV, the kind of job that you're looking at, the location that you prefer, and so on and so forth. If you visit at ziuna.com.au, you will find that this website is not only useful for finding good jobs in banking, but also gives you an insight to what you're worth in terms of dollars in Australia. You just have to upload your CV here, and it tells you based on your CV and the details that you feed in, how much can you get in Australia. The simple process but very effective, and it gives you almost accurate results, which is very surprising. Therefore, I recommend that you please go to this website, upload a good CV, and make sure your CV just has text in it, does not include any image for accurate results. Not only that, this gives you a cloud of your skills, what your salary looks like, and any errors in your CV. I sincerely hope that this video has added some value to your job search and your immigration plan to Australia. Coming to the last part, a very prominent question arises in the mind: what if I don't get a job in a bank? Or what if I don't want a job in a bank anymore? To answer this, I would begin that I was a banker for the last 13 years and 8 months, and I switched from banking to mortgage broking here. It is a very big industry and it requires another video to explain all about it. But in short, I can say that financial broking, be it mortgage or commercial lending, is a very big industry in Australia. And people with credit experience can definitely foray into it and make their alternative career a big success. Apart from financial broking, you can also look into areas like superannuation, insurance and investment advisory, accounting and bookkeeping for beginners, and payroll finance. Specialist officers like legal and IT have a great scope in banking with their respective fields. I understand that volunteering is not a career but a choice. However, in Australia, being a volunteer can lead you to successful alternate career even with your previous banking experience. It sounds really amusing, but it is true because I got a job offer just by being a volunteer for 3 months. I will tell you all about it in my coming videos. Once again, thank you very much for staying with me in this video, and I assure you that I'll be bringing more content related only to my fellow bankers. So for that, please stay tuned and like, share and subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much.